Hey there, DIY enthusiasts! Welcome to our step-by-step guide on installing laminate flooring. In this video, I'll take you through the entire installation process, from gathering the necessary tools to laying down the final row of planks. We'll make sure that you have all the information you need to attain a professional-looking finish. Now, before we dive into installing the laminate flooring, it's important to read the installation guide for the specifics on your project. And remember, you can't start laying down the planks until they've acclimated for 48 hours. Now, let's quickly go over what you'll need.
First off, make sure you have a vapor barrier if required, transitional moldings if needed, a measuring tape, carpenter square, a pull bar, utility knife, safety glasses, knee pads, pencil or marker, chalk line or string, dust mask, 10mm thick spacers, 2-inch, 51mm wide moisture-resistant adhesive tape, glue, 100% silicone caulking in wet areas like kitchens, bathrooms, or entryways, and either a hand saw or a door jamb saw with a fine-tooth blade. And don't forget your power saw, whether it's a table saw, miter saw, circular saw, or jigsaw.
And remember, safety is always the priority, so be sure to wear your safety glasses and gloves throughout the entire installation process. Now, let's talk about your subfloor. It's crucial for a smooth installation, so be sure to check the installation guide for detailed instructions on how to prepare your subfloor. Do not use any additional foam underlayment for this project. Let's plan how we're going to lay the planks. Consider the direction you want the flooring to run in your home. Typically, it's best to lay them parallel to the longest side of the room to elongate the space. Take some time for pre-planning. Measure the width of the room to determine how many full planks will fit and how many partial planks you'll need to fill in the gaps. When you start laying down the planks, be sure to allow for 3/8 of an inch or 10mm gap from the wall. This will allow the planks to expand and contract. If the length or width of a run is greater than 25 feet or 7.6 meters, be sure to allow for a 5/8 of an inch or 15mm expansion gap instead. Now, let's start laying down the planks. Install them from left to right, beginning from the top left corner of the room. Lay the first plank with the long edge tongue facing the wall. It's recommended to remove the tongue on the first row of planks facing the wall. To connect the planks, lift the right side of the second plank at a 30-degree angle and fit its short end tongue into the groove of the first plank. Then, lower the plank to lock them together. Repeat this process until you reach the end of the row. For the second row, you can start with a cut piece from the previous row, but make sure it's at least 16 inches or 40 centimeters in length, or you won't be able to use it. Align the long edge of the plank with the previous row. Before lowering it into place, double check that the short end tongue overlaps with the groove of the previous plank. Lower the plank slowly. A slight wiggle or gentle up and down motion can help it slide into position smoothly. Once it's in place, apply some pressure on the short edge to activate the locking mechanism. You'll usually hear a satisfying click. To keep your floor strong and seamless, remember to stagger the joints by at least 8 inches or 20 centimeters in each row. Continue following these steps until you complete the second row, and then repeat for the rest of the installation. If you run into obstacles like pipes or corners, don't worry. Simply mark and cut the planks to fit around them. Using a drill or a jigsaw, cut out the marked area on the plank so it can fit snugly around the obstacle. Continue installing all the planks in the same way until you reach the very end of the flooring.
Let's talk about the final row of planks. As you approach the end of your installation, you may find that the last row needs to be cut lengthwise to fit against the wall. To do this accurately, use a guide plank. Note that the last plank needs to be flipped. Next, place it snugly alongside the spacer where the final row will be installed. ensuring it aligns with the previous row of planks. Then, mark the edge of the guide plank onto the plank that needs to be cut. Carefully use a saw to cut along the marked line for a precise fit.
After cutting the planks, position them and ensure a tight fit using the pull bar. To install laminate at a door jamb, use a cutoff piece to support your blade for the correct height for undercutting the door jamb. Check door clearances and make necessary height adjustments before installing the floor. Make sure to leave a 3/8 of an inch or 10mm expansion gap underneath the door jamb to allow for expansion and contraction. You need to modify the locking system as a door jamb may prevent you from angling it into place. So remove the locking mechanism on the groove and add a bead of wood glue on top of the groove before sliding it into place. As a note, this will be the exact same procedure if you have an obstacle that prevents you from lifting the plank.
When transitioning between different types of flooring, selecting the appropriate molding is key. Choose the one that best suits your needs and ensures a safe and seamless transition between the floors. Keep in mind that T-moldings are required in runs greater than 40 feet or 12 meters. Throughout this process, we've covered everything from gathering the right tools to overcoming obstacles and ensuring a seamless finish. Remember, preparation is key. So take your time measuring, planning, and acclimating your planks before starting the installation. By following the tips and techniques that we've shared, you'll have a beautiful, durable laminate floor that enhances the look and feel of your space for years to come.